ashwagandha to the chat.
So we live now? As we have. I bet. Everybody welcome to the Silky D Deathmatch debate tournament. We got two young YNs going in at it today. We're gonna put these boys in the cage. We're gonna lock the door. They've been talking and going at each other for a while. You know what I'm saying? This has been brewing and cooking up for a little bit. Some good weeks time on this beef we got going on tonight today. So we finally got a chance. We finally worked out all the details. We got everybody to the agreement. So we're here today to watch these boys go at it. They're gonna have an official cage death match. There can only be one. There will only be one crown. There will only be one survivor. We need kill shots. We're gonna have 3 2-minute rounds. We're gonna fight to the death till somebody drop. So with no further ado, let me introduce these debaters that we got here today. Afi, introduce yourself.
My name is Afi Awuku. That's it.
Afi, y'all heard what he said. All right. Jessie, introduce yourself.
Assalamu alaikum. It's Allah's gracious warrior in the building, Jesse Valdez, aka Hamza.
AKA the Hamza. Already, man. Y'all feeling good? Brothers, can we, the title of the debate here today is Sunni versus Sufi. Correct, fellas?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's what it is. They say they want to brawl. They say they got beef. They say they ain't scared to hatch it out. And they say not only they gonna hatch it out, they putting on the gloves, you know what I'm saying, with the honey and broken glass on them. You know what I'm saying? We pulling out weapons. It's about to be a blood sport. So yeah, I say that to say this. Let's go ahead and get it started. Let's not waste any more time. I'm keeping the timekeeper. It's your boy Silky D. I'm your host. Props to everybody in the crowd, everybody that showed up tonight to watch this good old debate we about to have. I can't wait to see it. So let's not waste no more time. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time. All right, let's get it. All right, who's up first?
You can go first.
No, I'm gonna let the brother challenge me, so I would like him to go first.
Okay. All right, Alvin, you agree? Yeah. Or y'all want to flip a coin? Or are you just good with that?
That's cool. I'm good with that.
You good with that? All right, man. Well, okay. Well, it's on you. Go ahead. Round one. Let's go. Start.
All right.
Cool. So we just gonna do it like this. In Sufism, the reason why Sufi is better than Sunni is because it actually has detailed things like knowing the path. And it has things where it's like you don't touch people, you eat less, sleep less, associate with people less, and you stay to yourself and you stay grounded in Allah Wata Subhanahu Allah's will, not man, because man can mislead you, and oftentimes that does happen. So you go down a path of mikvah, which means ablution, which is wadu, which means that you make Faji and Salat, but you don't do it 5 times a day, or you don't do it 2 or 3 times a year. You actually supposed to do it 3 or 4 times a day. You're actually supposed to fast half of the day because you want to have the body and the strength to not only recite and remember, but also to represent a form of discipline and dedication.
Time. That's 2 minutes.
Got you.
So do y'all want to go? Do y'all want to give it another minute? Do y'all want to go 5?
No. That's it. No. It's on him.
Okay, Jesse, it's on you.
Assalamu alaikum, y'all. You know, I don't want to make this Sufi versus Sunni. I want to make this more Alfie versus Allah's gracious warrior, because by definition, a Muslim is someone who submits their will to God. They follow the Quran and they follow the Hadith. So, you know, when we do a deeper research into what Sufi is, a Sufi, they also follow the Quran and they follow the Hadith. Alfie does not do this. The brother is outside the folds of Islam. I'd like this brother to one day, you know, come into the folds of Islam. I want him to be a real Muslim with me, you know, because if he was a true Sufi, there would be very little discrepancies between us. But like I said, the brother does not believe in Quran or Hadith, which basically takes him out of the folds of Islam. This brother has been saying Islamic sayings, but he does not acknowledge where these Islamic sayings come from. The Islamic sayings that he's coming from, that come from, are going to come from the Prophet Muhammad and the message that he came with. Now he's talking about how he doesn't follow people's teachings. Where did he get these words that he is saying when he's saying these Islamic concepts? If he didn't get it from a person. Now, me, I would prefer to go straight from the source. We go straight to where we got the information from, which is going to be Quran and Hadith. This brother is taking the word of what he believed to be you know, his religious leaders, and if they're not getting it from the Quran or the Hadith, they are outside the folds of Islam. So with that being said, you know,
Time.
okay, thank you.
All right, round two. Alfie, it's on you.
Got you. Well, to rebuttal that, I was taught by private Muslims. That's why I'm Sufi. So when you join a Sufi order called a tariqa, which is Tariqa, which is also a part of my name, is called a tariqa, which is a Sufi temple, and you get taught by private Muslims the real Islam. You don't have to read hadiths and study the Quran if somebody's giving you the right way to be. It's called the path of Qadar, which means that you're following a righteous path and you are actually looking at the details of different type of things. So what this means is this: all Sufis is actually the right way to be in Islam. So you have El Tariqa beads, which are also called Tariqa beads. And it's not just to recite and pray, it's also to give you protective spiritual healing energy. And then you have the different wraps, you have the different headwear, you have the different things, and they all mean something based on your level of study and where you at with it. Now, what Sunnis like to do is they like to say, no, you have to have hadiths and Qurans and all that other bullshit in order to know what righteousness is and how to live a healthy life with your family and kids. And that doesn't make sense. Because, first of all, a mosque only holds 300 to 2,000 people. So you're asking the whole world to sit in a small box? That doesn't make sense. I yield my time. You can go.
All right, Jesse, it's on you.
So Islam is supposed to be a unifying religion. We are supposed to unify in the belief. We are supposed to come together. One of the beautiful things about Islam is no matter what part of the world you're at, when we come and we pray, we all pray the exact same way. There's no disagreements on how to pray. Everybody's in unison. This brother is taking private teachers when he needs to go straight to the source. You know, that's a failure in his belief. You know, when you take secondhand sources and you don't know where he got his information from, that's a major problem. The source of information for Islam is the Quran and the Hadith. This is the foundation. If you want, you know, I really believe you need to focus on both, but at the very least, you need to have a focus on the Quran. This is Quran is where we get the core principles of Islam. So everything that he's learning outside of that is not really Islam. It's the Prophet Muhammad who came with the religion. And don't get me wrong, there were prophets before who came with it, but at somewhere he needs to have a source for his information. Now, this brother has been, wearing beads and wearing the clothes. This is very nice, but does he know why he wears the beads? You know what I'm saying? Does he know why we do the
time? All right, here we go. We're rolling into the third now. Afi, it's on you.
Got you. So yes, I know why I wear the beads, because I've been wearing them. So yes, I know why I do everything, because I've been doing it. I've been in Islam since I was 17 years old on all levels. But it's like, just because you know why you're doing it and what you're doing it for doesn't mean that now you can come and be like, oh, you're doing it an incorrect way because you want me to be buddies with you at a mosque. That's not how that works. That's not Islam. Islam is basically I self am Lord and master, or I self am law and mastery. Like, so it means that you're studying a certain law and you're studying a certain way to be more of with peace. That's what being a Muslim is. It means to submit to peace, not to submit to the will of Allah. Islam also means to submit to peace, not to Allah or man. And peace is all around us. How do you achieve it? You do that by the works that you do, and also how you help the community, which is also in Islam: food, clothes, and shelter. So, like, I will never go to a mosque or read a Quran or read a hadith, because I have enough Islam studies and enough studies to teach myself, so that way I'm not lying to me, because you can't lie to yourself. Are you?
All righty, yeah, that was about almost close to it anyways. Jesse, it's on you.
So Islam is the submission to the will of God by peace. This brother did a acronym, and Islam is a Arabic religion. So this English acronym has no place for it. Where does he get his information from? Now he said he learns from Muslim, he has like some type of Muslim teacher, but where does that Muslim teacher get his information from? What book is giving him his source of Islam? Islam is the submission to the will of God by the way of peace. And it's the Prophet Muhammad who brought us the revelation by Angel Jibril from God himself. So when he's saying these terms, they're terms that are mentioned within Quran, they're terms that are mentioned in Hadith, but he fails to understand that because he's only going by a teacher outside the folds of Islam. And I'm gonna ask that question again. Where is he getting his source of information, and where is his Islamic teacher getting their source of information? You can't be a Muslim and not believe in the Quran. For sure. I'll give some leniency with the hadiths, but at the very base level, you have to believe in the Quran to be a Muslim. Being that is supposed to be the word of Allah sent to the Prophet Muhammad by the angel Jibril. By saying that you don't believe in the Quran is to say that you don't believe in his revelation. And the only way you could submit to Allah's will or the by way of peace is by adhering to the message that he has sent down with it. So this brother
Time. All right, all right, all right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, man, looking like it's cooking up here a little bit. I think we're starting to see a little bit of heat. A little bit of heat coming. Well, we on to the fourth round now. So we're rolling into the fourth, man. The dirty fourth
Yep.
round. All right, let's see it, man. Let's not waste
It's the
no time.
last round.
Let's turn up the heat. Everybody
All right.
mute the mics, man. Everybody mute up. Keep it hot, man. Afi, Jessie, bring the heat. You know what I'm saying? We into the fourth now. We into the fourth round. Let's start turning up the heat, fellas. All right, Afi, it's on you.
Okay. So since this is the last round, I'm gonna go ahead and just reveal my sources. Like so.
It's not the last. Hold on, Afi, it's not the last.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'll
Cool.
let you know when the last. We're gonna go to y'all. Y'all got. I mean, we're gonna see. But y'all
Okay.
gotta go through somebody died. Somebody dropped. All right, go ahead, continue.
Got you. So this round, I'm gonna just reveal. So I have 313 discourse that was actually written by a Muslim sheikh that I got from another Muslim brother, and it has thousands of pages of Islam. I also have an open to Rashif and to QB, which means is other private teachings of Islam upon having the other teachings of Islam as well, which I also got from Muslim brothers and different things like that. So with that being said, like, of course, I have Islam studies and books, and I have a Quran in my bag, and I have different Qurans and Sufi Qurans that are also in my phone and in PDFs. But the reason why I say I don't read the Quran is because it's racist. It hates black people. It hates Africans. And so I'm not believing in a doctrine that hates my own people because I'm black and I'm African. That's why I'm Sufi and not Sunni. Because I don't believe that it's unified, because it's never been unified. That's why you got Muslims fighting each other. That's why you got Muslims doing drugs. That's why you got Muslims investing in child pornography and different things like that.
Time. All right. Jesse, it's on you.
So I looked up real quick. Does a Sufi believe in Hadith? And anybody can do this Google search quickly. And it says, yes, Sufis strongly believe and rely on Hadith, regarding them as essential understandings to the Quran, the Sunnah of the Prophet Muhammad. Historically, many fundamental Sufi scholars were also prominent Hadith masters who emphasized applying the teachings for spiritual purification. While adhering to the major Sunni Hadith collections, some Sufis may also accept weak narrations for spiritual motivation, or rare cases claim to authenticate narrations through direct spiritual unveiling. So, you know, a big, not only do Sufis believe in Quran, Sufis also believe in Hadith. This brother is acting outside the folds of Islam, and he's acting outside the folds of Sufism. So, you know, at this point, we're just having a conversation with a brother who has taken the title of Islam and a Muslim, but he doesn't apply any of it. You heard the brother for himself. He believes that some of the things are racist, and that's the reason why he doesn't believe in the Quran or the Hadith. Whereas someone like me, I don't think it's racist, and I believe in the Quran and Hadith wholeheartedly. So if this is a conversation,
Time. All right. Alfie, it's on you.
Okay. A tariqa or tariqah is a school or a Sufi order, specifically a concept for mystical teachings and spiritual practices of such an order with the aim of seeking HaQG,
which translate as ultimate truth. A tariqah has a mashir, which is a guide who plays a role of leadership or spiritual dictator. The members of the Sufi order or a tariqah are known as madrin, which means singular for madu. And also it means desiring the knowledge of God and loving God, also known as being called fajir. Tariqah is also believed to be the same as Tazrak of Judaism, meaning the righteously guided ones. The metaphor of way path is to be understood and connected with the term of sharif, which is the meaning of the path. So when you're saying that I have to be how you are in your mosque and in your order and following hadiths in the Quran, when Sufis have their own teachings and better teachings and own temples, that doesn't do me no justice, because you're walking around like you're the dictator of Islam and somebody's path to peace when you don't even be a dictator to the path of your own peace. And I yield my time.
All right, so Jesse.
So once again, the Quran and the Hadiths are going to be fundamental in the folds of Islam, whether you are Sufi or Sunni. Now, when you look up this tariqas that this brother mentioned and say, hey, do the tariqas believe in Quran and Hadith? You will find, yes, the authentic Sufi tariqas, spiritual orders, believe in the fundamentally based upon the Quran and Hadith. They view the Sharia Islamic law derived from the Quran and Hadith as foundation for spiritual development, with many orders emphasizing that any spiritual insight or teaching must be weighed against the Quran or Sunnah. So with that being said, this brother's over here tossing around words like tariqas, like they believe in something different, and they don't. Their fundamental belief is the same as what we believe as far as the Quran and the Hadith. So, I don't want to get too wrapped up with, the different sects, because the different sects still believe in the foundation as far as the Quran and Hadith. This brother is outside the folds of Islam. He's outside the folds of Sufi, and he's also outside the folds of Sufi tariqas. So with that being said, this brother needs to come to Islam. He needs to grab a Quran, and he needs to grab a Hadith and recognize that this is the foundation of his belief that he is claiming. And with that, I yield the floor.
Yeah, that's time. Oh man, y'all see what I'm talking about? That's what I'm talking about right here. That's what I like to see, man. We into we in the 6th round right now.
Mm-hmm.
We into the 6th round.
How many rounds we going?
We going 12, 13. Like I said, if somebody head get chopped off. So that's what I got this, man. Relax. I got you. So now we going into the 6th round. We into the 6th now. So I'm gonna go. Usually I introduce the weapons around the 10th, 11th round, but I'm gonna go ahead and bring them in early now. I'm gonna go ahead and bring in the weapons, so we're gonna turn up the heat. My fighters, my gladiators, my people in the cage right now, my 2 fighters, my 2 YNs that's going off. I need the crowd wants to see, the people want to see kill shots. We want to see nukes. We want to see bombs. We want to see nothing but death blows in these next few rounds. So grab your ammo, grab your biggest weapons, your biggest guns, your biggest bullets. We want to see them get presented. So let's not hold anything. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna keep it hot, man. They bringing it to you. These young YNs, they getting it in, y'all. They ain't holding back. You know what I'm saying? They speaking face to face, mano y mano. So let's go ahead and get in. Let's keep the party rolling. Round 6, Afi, it's on you.
Okay. So Sufis believe in the axle, which is basically you are clinging to and trying to get to Allah. And for this man to have such an authority with Islam, but he doesn't know Arabic, he don't know how to say Ata Sawata Subhana Allah, he don't know how to say Alif Lam Lam Alif Huhi, but somehow, some way, he's then trying to dictate how somebody can be in Islam, and he's not really in it himself because he doesn't know Arabic. He only knows what somebody else told him, and he doesn't do his individual private studies. So now what ends up happening is this: you get a conundrum because it starts to feel as if somebody who knows less is eventually going to go against somebody that knows more. And that's the part that doesn't make sense. This is why I rarely have debates with people, because it's kind of like almost I don't want to seem like an intellectual bully because knowledge is not easy to come by. But in Islam, you have patience with different things and different people. But at the same time, if you don't know Arabic, how can you run around and tell somebody how they should be if we're going to go by that school of thought or system? And I yield the floor.
All right. Jesse, it's on you.
So I'm going to go ahead and start bringing out Quran verses. This is going to be Quran 2:14. And when they meet those who believe, they say, "We believe." But when they're alone with their evil ones, they say, "Indeed, we are with you. We are only mockers." This is an example of the brother on the call. You know, he's over here claiming to be a Muslim believer, but he doesn't believe in the Quran. He doesn't believe in the Hadith. He is outside the folds of Islam. He's following teachers, and if his teachers are real Sufis, they are following Quran and Hadith. This brother wants to check people on what it means to be a Muslim, and the core foundations of being a Muslim is the Quran and Hadith. Now, yeah, it's good to know Arabic as a Muslim. We should all learn it, but nobody should be expected to know Arabic right off the beginning. It's about what's you should know more about the information of the Quran. It's about the intentions of the heart. So it's better for you to know what you're saying in the language that you're saying it, and then go back on a later date and learn the Arabic along the way. But this brother is missing the fundamentals. He's missing the foundation of Islam, is Quran and Hadith. This is just the first verse that I'm going to be bringing out. I'm going to be bringing out some more verses to tear them down some more. But once again, I mean, the basics is I am a spiritual authority to this brother because he doesn't follow what he needs to follow. So he needs somebody like me. He's over here listening to other teachers. I need to be a teacher to him too. Okay.
Time. All right, Alfie, it's on you.
Got you. Inspiration and revelations. Tahamat. Miracles are not necessary. It does not promise success in worldly affairs, and it does not insert one work to be achieved by means of tisqui and potions, nor does it claim that one will be successful in court cases by means of yudu. So what that means, Jesse, is this: you are not my spiritual authority, and you never will be. Whether I win or lose this debate, I'm going to still be a Sufi. That's the whole point. Because when you're following a righteous path to Tuskegee, it means that, like, you don't have to, and to rebuttal that, you're saying that I follow Islamic teachers, but you also do too. The difference is that you're acting like an authority of Islam, while I'm actually practicing the culture and the ways of peace and making ablution or wadu. So now what ends up happening is just because you make Fajr and do Salat, it's very important to know Arabic, because if you don't know certain words and phrases, then that means, like you said in your last round, you at the beginning. So you at the beginning stages. So put on that white hat and that white dress and be at the beginning, and stop trying to act like you didn't just now get into Islam, because you did.
Time. All right. What we on the 7th? We 8th? What we on now?
You want to
No.
8th round, fellas. 8th round. Going down in Chinatown. Let's go and keep it hot, man. Jesse, it's on you.
So this brother has been talking about the authority I have, and I just want to say it's Allah who gave me that authority. So I'm going to go ahead and read Quran 24:54, because Allah is going to tell me what to say. It says, say, obey Allah and obey the messenger. But if you turn away, then he's only responsible for his duty, and you are responsible for yours. And if you obey him, you will be rightly guided. The messenger's duty is only to deliver the message clearly. Allah has promised those of you who believe and do good that he will certainly make them the successors in the land, as he did with those before them. And he will surely establish for them their faith, which he has chosen for them. And he will indeed change their fear into security, provided that they worship me, associating nothing with me. But whoever disbelieves after this promise, it is they who will be the rebellious. So this brother is the rebellious, and I am the successor of the land, according to the Quran. And I, I'm gonna go ahead and stand up on my deen. This brother does not follow Allah, that he doesn't follow the Quran, and he doesn't follow the religion that Allah has deemed for him. And I'm just trying to give this brother a heads up, like, hey, brother, if you're gonna say these words, like, hey, I'm in Islam, I'm in Sufi, you need to be acting accordingly.
Time. All right. It's heating up, man. It's turning up the temperature. It's getting hot in her. All right, Afi, it's on you.
You reading the Quran is not proof to your path of Islam or your dedication to Allah. You reading the Quran is proof that you still follow man and you don't want to teach yourself, which means that basically you're reading something based off of what somebody else told you to do, which is actually no different than what I'm doing. But the difference is that, like, I actually, no matter what, will cover myself. I will protect myself spiritually, and I'll make sure to be in nature, which is God. That's nature. Nature is the God. So it's like when you're outside and you're praying on your hands and your feet, and your hands is covering your face, when you make Fajr or when you make Salat, then that means that basically you are submitting to nature and the sun. And then you got Dina or Na-Na-Din, which also means sin or the moon. So you have a lunar calendar and a solar calendar. See, you read the Quran to think you're getting inspired. I read Islamic teachings to pull out the nature of how to help my people, my family, bring food, shelter, and clothes to myself. Because if I don't wake up, everything stops. And that's just the reality. So it's like you are addicted to following men. I am addicted to following the way. Patarak. So it's just like
Time. All right. Jesse, it's on you.
Once again, I'm about to hit the brother with another verse. This is 17:36. It says, do not follow what you have no sure knowledge of, Indeed, all will be called to account for their hearing, their sight, and their intellect. So here I am. I have sure knowledge of what I'm following. I'm following the Quran and the Hadith, and the Quran tells me not to follow that which you don't have no sure knowledge. This brother, that's his problem. He tends to follow things that he doesn't have no sure knowledge about. He claims that I follow man, and he actively said that he followed man. But the difference is the man that I follow is the Prophet Muhammad, and his source is the angel Jibril, who got the revelation from God himself. This brother is following someone who is living within our times, and if they're not believing in the Quran and the Hadith, they are not true followers of Islam. The religion has been laid out. We are supposed to follow it in a certain way, and this brother does not adhere to anything that the religions is teaching. He's following his mere assumptions, and he's following others' assumptions, because if they're trying to get Islam outside the folds of the Quran and the Hadith, what is their source of Islam? What book are they getting their information from? Who is the where does it begin for this brother? Because he already admitted that they follows the teacher.
Time. Oh man. All right, y'all. So we into the double digits. We need daggers. Daggers only. Daggers only in these next couple. All right, y'all going to 12, 13 be the most. So daggers only, fellas. Let's go. Alfie, it's on you.
Got you. In my earlier rounds, I already gave some of my sources to some of the books and Islamic studies that I have as a Sufi. So to say, where am I getting my information from? I already explained that. Just because it's outside of the scope and the realm that you are talking about, it doesn't mean that all of a sudden I'm wrong and you're right. I don't do that battle with people. Now, yes, it's facts over fiction, but that's a whole nother conversation. Because the thing about it is this: you are only reading from limited resources, and that's okay. You in your first stages. So learn how to walk. You can't ride till you grow up. And that's also Islam too, because what I'm hearing is that you are at a certain level, but you think you up here with it and you not. So now you're going to try to persuade and trick the people with technology, which is actually haram in Islam. Because if you know that you don't know certain things, you're supposed to sit down with a brother, eat with them, and pray with them. When I was homeless, I was actually praying with Muslims on the street. So it's different. And I yield the time.
All right. Jesse, it's on you.
I will start with another verse. This is Quran 15:9. It is certainly we who have revealed the reminder, and it is certainly we who will preserve it. That reminder being the Quran. I'm going to go ahead and go into the tasfir on this verse. Hold on, getting a call, but it's all good. So I'm gonna skip down to the ending of Marf al-Quran, and it says, and it's obvious that the meanings of the Quran are the same as the Holy Prophet was sent to teach. As he pointed out that the Quran, it means you have been sent to explain the meanings of what has been revealed to them. And this is what the verse teaches, the book of wisdom. It also means what he said. As for me, I have been sent as a teacher. Now, when the Holy Prophet was sent to explain the meanings of the Quran and impact the education to the people, then he used a set of sayings and doings, a medium of instruction for the community. And this very set of words are indeed known as the Hadith. One who says the Hadith of Rasul of Allah are absolutely are not absolutely protected in the really saying the Quran is not protected. There are some people around who would like to deceive the whole world by saying that the treasure of the hadith present in authentic books is not trustworthy because it has been documented much later than the blessed age of the Holy Prophet. First of all, even this assumption of theirs is not correct because the process of protection and documentation of the hadith had already started with the age of the prophethood itself, though it was completed later. In addition to that, the hadiths of Rasul Allah is really the explanations of the Quran and the meanings of the Quran. Their protection is something which Allah has taken upon himself. Then it cannot be possible that
Jesse, time.
while the meanings of the Quran that it is a hadith of Rasulullah to go to waste.
Okay, Rasulullah to go to waste. All right, y'all. So, man, you boys bringing it. Them boys digging deep in the repertoire. They going into the weapons chamber. All right, y'all. So these next rounds, we need a decappuccino. We need a decapitation. We need a head chopped off. So, fellas, get your weapons of choice, and we want to see it happen. We need a body. So, can only be one. So, let's get it in. Hey, I max up. Time to level it up, fellas. All right, Afi, it's on you.
Well, first of all, the brother had a call because they was calling him to say, "Hey, back out of this." Third of all, like you're stuttering and you're not too sure in your words. That's why you stuttering and slipping up and having mishaps and all that type of stuff because you autistic, brother. Like, and it's okay. We're gonna get you some help after this. But look, I'm letting you know, like, you cannot be a dictator of Islam with the type of stature that you have and the type of things so in Islam, when you have a beard, that means you're rich. When you don't have one, that means you're growing to be a man because you don't have a lot of testosterone. So it's just like when you're achieving spiritual riches, it turns into a thing like this. When you're achieving spiritual riches in Islam, it means that you know how to count, you know how to do certain things, and also you know how to be with all brothers, regardless of y'all disagreements and mishaps. We could have had this conversation off of camera, but he want to have it on camera because he want to put on a show that's actually haram, because you want to decapitate your brother in front of people and not actually read and study with somebody that really studies and read Islam because you want to be religious. That's also haram because the Quran and Muslims were first. It wasn't Christian. You would know that if you were Sufi and not Sunni. We're not a spinoff of the Bible. We actually started and did a lot of different stuff. You learn from the elders. You sit and eat with people. You buy groceries for somebody else if they're in need. That's real Islam. And since you went over, I'm gonna go a little bit over too. I got somebody contacted in Yemen right now, and I'm gonna feed their family food. That's real Islam. And I yield my time.
Yeah, Antonio, mute out. Mute, Antonio, mute your mic. Everybody mute. All right, man. Already. What round we at, fellas?
We're on 11.
We on round 11, y'all. Just like that, we're at round 11, duking it out, banging it out, battle of intelligence. You know what I'm saying? Sharpening the sword. We doing all that. It's all that type of work is getting done over here. That's what we do over here in the SILKY Kingdom. Yeah, we keep it high. This is the boot camp. Yeah, we crank out nothing but the best. This is what we do. This is how we rock. So we had the 11th round, super hot. They've been keeping the fire coming the whole time. All right, fellas, you know what I'm saying? We gonna go to 13, y'all 11. So 12, 13, you got 2 more rounds. So it can only be one. So, you know what I'm saying? So I need y'all to pull out your best right here, right now. So don't hold back. Whatever you got, you need to reach deep down and let's see the heat, fellas. We got it. We need the execution. So, because it can only be one. So don't say you wasn't warned or told what to do. Don't hold back. Dig in that bag, man. Go reach in them bags and pull out that heat, man. Get out that hammer and lay down the thunder. All right, Afi. So who's on? So Jesse or Afi?
Me.
Jesse?
Yeah.
All right, Noble Messenger, go get it.
So I didn't want to decapitate Alfie, but the brother has called for this. I wanted to have that call last night. It could have just been me, him, and the people that were on the chat, but he chose to put it off a day, and he's the one who said it was the preliminaries, and he wanted to get it in the way that we're doing now. Now, this is going to be Quran 9:33. It is he who sent his messenger with guidance and the religion of truth to manifest over all religion, although those who associate others with Allah dislike it. So this brother Alfie is those who associate others with Allah. This brother believes in multiple gods. This is a concept that's outside the folds of Islam. You know, I've been very focused on the Quran and the Hadith. This brother hasn't brought nothing out from his Sufi teachings at all. He's only saying things that you know, sound good as far as giving charity and doing all these righteous acts. But these things that he are mentioning are in the Quran and Hadiths. So he's getting his information from a source without recognizing where the source got their information from. He's taking secondhand followings, not knowing where they come from. This brother's walking around with zikr beads, not understanding that there's hadith on zikr beads. This is something that the brother called for. I didn't want to decapitate him, but he's made it so. So in this verse that
Time. Afi, it's on you.
All right. Again, first of all, I literally read and brought out some of my Sufi teachings and explained, and after this debate, I'ma literally put the pictures of the books and different things like that in the back chat. Like I was literally reading Sufi teachings and different things like that. Because the issue is this. They're not Iqra beads. It's El Tariqa beads or Tariqa beads, which basically means that you're not only using it to count and for spiritual protection, you're also using it just to show that you have achieved what is called peace. And I told you what peace meant the other day. So it's like this. When you're actually achieving peace, no matter what, I will be this way until I die. That means whether I'm 90, 200, or whether it doesn't even matter. Like, so what I'm saying did not come from the Quran or Hadiths. It just come from people actually living Islam versus treating it like they Christians going to church. No offense to Christians or the Judaic religion. And in Sufi, you are actually allowed to study and read other teachings and study and read other spiritual practices because it only helps your growth. This is not a thing where we need to believe in one concept. That's monotheism. And in Islam, you actually have different Muslims fighting other Muslims because they want all of us to believe in one concept dictated by a dictator, whereas you actually have people that just really live it.
Time. Ooh-wee, man. Ooh-wee. All right, Jesse, it's on you. Mic check, Jesse. Houston to Jesse. Come in, Houston.
How many rounds is this, Silky?
So this is going to be Quran
We still going.
929. This is Quran verse 929. Fight those who do not believe in Allah in the last day, nor comply with Allah and his messenger have forbidden, nor embrace the religion of truth from among those who were given the scripture until they pay the tax, willingly submitting or fully humbled. Today, this brother needs to pay the tax. It's time for this brother to come up off that jizya, and he needs to do it immediately. You know, I don't want to have to do this to this brother, but he's making me, and I gotta fight him. You know what I'm saying? Rather it be physically or rather we're just having a conversation until that brother does right by what Allah has sent to the messenger. This brother doesn't believe in what Allah sent to the messenger. He doesn't believe in monotheism. He's acting outside the folds of Islam. Once again, you've heard me reading Quran verses over and over again. Within every thing, every round that we've had, I just about read a Quran verse. This brother has not read nothing from his authority. Now, he's been saying things that he gets from his religion. He's been saying things that he, from what he understands, but he doesn't have a source of information of where that thing is coming from.
Time. Time. Oh, man. Ooh-wee. Bang. Yeah. So what round is that?
That was 12.
That was 12
We're on the
rounds.
last one.
Let me ask the gladiators in the cage. You know what I'm saying? Let me ask who still got a lot of ammo left? Who
Me.
had ammo?
I got a lot of ammo.
All right then, man. Well then we gonna go ahead and let it ride on out. We'll just come back a little later, but we're gonna go ahead and end it on out, man. I mean, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and cut it on out. Close it on out. You know what I'm saying? The fighters did good. They showed up. They went 12 rounds.
You want to
12,
give that brother another round?
12 rounds. I mean, if he agreed, Alfie, do you want another? Do you want to go more rounds? Do y'all both want to go more rounds? Talk to me.
I got another verse in the chamber.
We could do one last round.
All right, sudden death. One more round. All right, there you go. Alfie, it's on you.
It's a difference between living Islam and somebody that just practice it like they going to church. And this is where I ended at. Like, when you actually live it and you around people that live it, I'm around Muslims and we actually eat and pray together and go over each other's house and make sure our mamas is good and different things like that, and their health is good and their kids and their little brothers and all that type of stuff. There's a difference between living Islam and then when you just doing it for a spectacle or a show. And that's what my opponent is doing. He's just a show. He's nothing more than a showroom. He's just a pretty car that's on the lot that never get bought. And he want to get purchased. And that's okay. But when you actually really live this, you make sure somebody is good. I didn't have Muslim brothers give me money. And I never asked them, but I needed it. And I didn't gave them money and gave them time and Muslim sisters and different things like that. So it's like, it's a difference between actually living the culture and then actually like just not doing that, and then you want to dictate how somebody can do that. That's what I mean by it's a difference between someone who is living in Islam and living being a Muslim and living around them versus one that's just saying, oh, I go to a mosque and I just read a book and I twiddle my thumbs. And that's where I ended.
All right. Jesse, on you.
And thank you to the people that showed up.
So when the brother said there's a difference between living Islam versus those who don't, I am the one who really lives Islam. You know, these concepts of charity and praying with the brothers, this is something that I do. This is not something that Afi does. Afi doesn't go to no masjids. He's not praying with anybody. I pray with the brothers. I'm the one who gives charity. I'm the one who makes my 5 daily prayers. I'm the one who recites the scripture. Where this brother doesn't even believe in the scripture, but he says a few things that are from the scripture and not knowing where they come from. So I'm going to go ahead and read another verse to him. And this is regarding the monotheism. 1:12:3. This is going to be 1:12 from the beginning 1. Say, he is Allah, one and indivisible. Allah, the sustainer, needed by all. He has never had offspring, nor was he born. And there is none comparable to him. So with that being said, Allah is the one and only God. This brother doesn't believe in monotheism. He's completely outside the folds of Islam. And it's crazy to me that he talks Islamic concepts not knowing where they come from. This charity and praying. This is all Islamic concepts that you get from the Quran and Hadith. And not only do I preach it, I practice it as well. Whereas this brother doesn't know what information, where he even got that information from. He's learned from a teacher, but the teacher never told him why he does what he does. And with that, I yield the floor.
Thank you, everybody that came out to support me and Jesse's debate. Thank you, everybody that's on this phone, and thank you, everybody that's listening. Alhamdulillah, Bishmillah Rahman and Rajim.
Already, man. Hell yeah. Good shit, fellas. Good shit. The YNs they put on a good show. That was some hot shit, man. Y'all both the different perspectives. The counters, the angles. Good stuff, fellas. Good stuff is what I like to see, man. You know what I'm saying? I noticed it. I saw it out there. I see the exchange. So good stuff. Y'all boys did them rounds for round, blow for blow, hit for hit. You know what I'm saying? Point for point, shot for shot. You know what I'm saying? In the zone. You can't step out the zone. Don't lose footing. You know what I'm saying? They was in the exchange. So you feel me? That was definitely good to see. We had Afi versus Jessie, the very first YN Deathmatch prelim, you know what I'm saying, in the tournament. Y'all saw it here first, folks. Very first ever. The YNs going at it. This one was, you know what I'm saying, a little Muslim on all type of Muslim Islamic, you know what I'm saying, corrections of all type of factors and styles and ways. So, you know what I'm saying, y'all saw it here first, folks. Well, look, let's close on out. Jesse, go ahead and give your piece, man. Go and give your close out.
Assalamu alaikum, everybody. Thank you for coming out. Just like the brother said, shout out to Alfie for coming through and standing on what he believes in. I pray, I don't want to say that this brother is not Muslim. I don't want to say that anymore. I would prefer to say, just come to the true folds of Islam. And if you want to be Muslim, that's completely fine, but just embrace the religion as it's supposed to be embraced.
All right. Alfie, you got anything to say? You good?
Shout out to everybody that's listening, that's watching. I hope your families is good. I hope you straight. Shout out to you, Jesse. And regardless of the fact, I'm already in the truth. I already know Patarak. I already know the way. So just don't get in my way. And study with me as well. And we'll go from there. This was a good exchange. Shout out to everybody. Rashullah. And it's like that.
Already, man. Y'all heard it here first, y'all. The YNs are walking tall. They got in the cage. We locked the door. They went at it. You know what I'm saying? They gave it their all. They brought their best. They came with their heat. You know what I'm saying? They turned it up. You know, they did what they could. You feel me? So there you go, y'all. There you go. That was the very first one. And we're going to come back later with a whole lot mode. Definitely in so. Ivory scale.
What the?
Let's close on out, y'all.
It's over with.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's it. Ivory, you can close the recording.